Welcome to the Veterans Voice, where we highlight programs and services that benefit our veterans and their families in the greater Houston area. I'm your host, Tim Stroud. Managing our finances can be a tricky thing, but even more so when you're transitioning out of the military or factoring military benefits into your plan. We're joined by Miss Chasity Wohlford. There's a long title, but it's worthy. Mental health, peer specialist, and veteran navigator with Easter Seals of Greater Houston. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Tim.
I'm glad you're here today because I was actually sharing this with a group of people at Combined Arms last week. This is our most requested class outside of what we do at Stay Tuned. And this is a financial class. Doesn't matter if it's buying a house, managing your finances, reducing debt, or improving their credit score. This is your area where you get to shine. So let's paint with broad strokes first. Let's tell the group about Easter Seals of Greater Houston and the services they provide. And then let's get some finer strokes in and paint that picture about what we can help them out with their finances.
Okay, absolutely. So, Easter Seals itself offers free mental health services, counseling for veterans, their families, and for surviving spouses too. We also have wellness groups. We have an equine therapy group. We have service animals along with assistive technology for people who have disabilities or if they're older and have hearing issues, along with Easter Seals Foundation programs, which is for people with disabilities, starting from birth until actually until they pass.
And I love that you take it from this section all the way over to here. And right in there is a service dog program that Easter Seals has that's head and shoulders above the rest because one of Stacy's favorite canines outside of her little puppers is Colton the Wonder Dog. And he is one of, oh my goodness, I think you guys and gals have given away over 50 service dogs to veterans in their time of need. What's the number up to? Do you know that one?
Oh, I'm not sure. Jennifer Wright, who's over that program, would tell you. I'm actually pretty new to Easter Seals. I've only been here since March,
Well,
so I'm still learning.
you joined a great group, and Dr. Wright is up there, and I think she's almost at sainthood for all of the veterans and family members that she's helped out along the way. Speaking of helping out, we mentioned the financial aspect of it. You've got a program that's coming up. Let's dive into it.
Okay, so my the financial workshop that I'm doing a workshop because, like you said, one of the things that a lot of veterans have been requesting is, the financial education, financial courses. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to offer a workshop where I not only teach them about how to budget, how to manage their money, I also teach them tips and tricks on how to save money, where they can save money, how to find resources to save money. I also help them create goals, short term, midterm, and long term. And the course is 12 weeks because as they set the goals, I want to walk with them a little bit so that we allow opportunities for them to have really candid conversations about obstacles they may face or concerns they may have, or even help them learn to celebrate, their wins, even if the wins are small, like they saved a little bit of extra money or they found, something that worked well for them.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. Now you mentioned 12 weeks, Chassis. That's a big time commitment. So why so many sessions?
well, the sessions, it's 1 hour a week for 12 weeks. So it allows them to, like, the first few weeks are going to be purely educational,
Okay.
talking to them about how to set a budget, and how to do it within their means, because not everybody's on the same financial level. Some people are living paycheck to paycheck. Some people may have extra money, and some people may not be making it. So it allows room for real conversations and allows them to become comfortable with me
hmm
so that they can be honest with me about what they're really looking at and facing so that we can set true and honest goals.
Right. And I
Um,
love that one. And one of the other things I love about Easter Seals of Greater Houston is that you have a no wrong door approach. So if someone goes through the financial classes and is like, this is what we're going to cover. Here's our syllabus, and we're at week 8 or whatever it is. And if they have a financial emergency, they can reach out to you, and in return, we can get that information through a secured server or email and share that with our partners like Serve. They get money from United Way and of Galveston and other organizations, and they currently have use it or lose it money, which is awesome because all they have to do is have people apply. And if that need fits that funding, they're able to get it very quickly. What are some of the other topics that you'll be covering during the 12 weeks?
So I'm going to discuss with them also about the types of saving accounts that are out there and how you can get savings accounts that actually help you earn money. Explain to them how it's good to have 3 accounts, and your spending account is not in the same bank as your other accounts because you want to, create that time lapse to have access to money. One of the biggest things is that I'll be talking about is resources, because I've been doing this for 11 years. And one of the biggest things that we come across is veterans are like, well, I didn't know about that resource, or I didn't know how to find that resource. So I'm going to have discussions with them about how to access resources and what that looks like.
All right. Thank you for breaking that down. When is this offered? So when does it kick off? And how do veterans and their family members sign up for this program?
Actually, it kicked off today. So this morning we had our in-person at 10 a.m. But I have another one happening virtually tonight at 6 p.m. And all they have to do is email me. I need to do an intake if they're not already in our system, but they can email me at my last name, Wohlford, WOHL, and then Ford like the truck, at eastersealshouston.org.
And I love the Easter Seals family. When I say the family, you have Elise at the helm and you've got Christine out there. They've built a lot of programs because you really do create that family atmosphere. So I know they have some other programs beside the financial ones that appeal to veterans and family members. What are some of the offerings that you have coming up for the summer?
I know that my supervisor, Diana, she has the SIRE program, which is the equine therapy. We went out and toured their facility. They are absolutely amazing. I love that program. Love it. And then Jennifer has a bunch of wellness retreats coming. She actually has one for couples that's coming up. And then, oh Lord.
Is there anything on the dais for Camp for All?
I haven't gotten the flyer for that one yet.
Okay.
I know that Jennifer told me that she's working on some flyers for some new groups and stuff she has coming out. So I'm just waiting on them to send them to me because I've started going out. Like I went to the Serve meeting and that was so much fun finally getting to meet all of y'all. So she's getting the flyers to me so I can shoot all of that out to our partners.
Well, Chasity, I'm glad that you are on that bright yellow bus that is Easter Seals. And I had such a great time at the Houston Zoo for your annual Walk With Me event. And I'm glad that you're here providing the financial resources to our veterans and our family members. And after the break, we are going to learn about resources for veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Learning looks like this, and it also looks like...
I didn't just study buildings. I connected them with tech to make them smarter.
I'm learning healthcare management while providing patient care.
I worked with these control systems way before I even started the job.
And if I can't make it in person, I take my classes online.
So, where do you start?
Welcome back to The Veteran's Voice. PTSD is a complex condition, but healing and resilience are possible with the right help. Dexter Davis, we call him Dex, is the Director of Support and Giving for the PTSD Foundation of America, and he's going to tell us how they help veterans on their journey. Welcome to the show, Dex.
Hey, welcome. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm so happy to be here.
Man, it was great to meet you in person at Combined Arms at the meeting last week. I got to tell you, it's always a pleasure to meet somebody, a fellow veteran or patriot that has such great energy. And you walked into the room and you brought a presence, and I appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much. I try my best to make sure I stay positive with a lot of energy, upbeat, because at the end of the day, being a veteran, we have to continue to fight forward. And a lot of times it just takes great energy to do so.
Absolutely. And you're wearing one of my favorite insignias. You served in the 4th Infantry Division as well, right?
That is correct. I was a executive officer as well as a mid advisor for the 4th Infantry Division doing the surge back in 2006 to 2009.
Oh, so you were still at Fort Hood before they went to Colorado, right?
That is correct.
Ah, man, it's amazing what the base realignment and closure does. I mean, they move pieces around on the chessboard, and sometimes we just don't exactly agree with them. But one of the things that we can all agree with, that the PTSD Foundation and Camp Hope does amazing things in the community. It has some great partners. Let's start with a program for those who aren't familiar with it.
So thank you for asking that question. So we're at the PTSD Foundation. We have two great programs. We have our outreach program, where led by Logan McFarland. His team across the country, several cities, as well as here in Houston, are providing warrior groups where veterans can come and sit down once a week and really talk peer-to-peer about their issues when it comes to PTSD. They get to sit, discuss their issues, and really have someone that actually understands their struggle and their journey. The second part of that is that we have Camp Hope. A lot of people know about Camp Hope, but if you don't know, it's our inpatient peer-to-peer facility here in Houston, founded by Gene Birdwell back in 2005, later developed it, became Camp Hope in 2012, that allows a place for our veterans to really do some in-depth therapy when it comes to their trauma. That's their trauma that they may have had prior to the service, as well as their combat-related trauma, so they can work through it in a faith-based model, no matter what your faith is, so that you can become grounded and become whole.
Dex, how did Houston become one of the local chapters, and what does it offer to the residents in the greater Houston area?
That's a great question. So we had several concerned citizens back in 2005 saw a trend that was going on in Houston. They saw a lot of people that seemed to be homeless. And then they realized that a lot of them were veterans, both serving during the Iraq War and pre-Iraq War, and they realized that there was a systemic problem. And then as they sat down to talk to these veterans and trying to figure out how to help them, they realized that they were all suffering from something very similar. We used to call it many different names, but what it is known today is PTSD. And they realized that there needed to be something done about it. So at first they started by building a trauma manual to kind of hand off to different churches and other nonprofits in the city. And they realized the problem was bigger than handing it over, that we need to go ahead and put our arms around it. And so in 2012, they decided to put in a facility here on the north side, right off of 249, to be a place where we can bring veterans so that they can go through trauma therapy in many different ways, through their peers, with mentors, as well as with clinicians and professionals that will really allow them to work through their issues with a 6 to 9 month kind of model.
And you guys and gals have learned, just like a lot of the other veteran service organizations, that one size does not fit all. So you've specialized your programs. Let's talk a little bit about those, Dex.
So the specialization that we have is, as you just described, it's not one size fit all. So based on the veteran that comes here, the male combat veteran at the time, and then we're going to really lean into, and I'll talk about some of our expansion models that we're going to discuss here in just a bit. But back to Camp Hope, is that each individual person gets a model built off of their needs, because they all come in with a different story, a different struggle, and a different way to get here. From Vietnam veterans that we have here on campus right now to several of them that served in Afghanistan and Iraq. And how does that work? Is that you meet your mentor, and your mentor kind of works through your needs and listen to your story. And then when you sit down with your clinical, your social worker, your clinical help, they really listen to your story and they figure out what model works best for you. And then from there, as you go through the initial phase, what we call black phase, where you kind of blocked out and we focus purely on your issues and trauma through a peer model, is that you soon move forward to where we start looking at what other support systems do we need to wrap around you. Is it Easter seals with your family? Is it equine therapy with different animals? Is it, you'll guess, it's pickleball. One of the greatest things that they like to use is pickleball. It could be physical fitness. What works best for you, we incorporate that into your therapy, as well as your faith and regrounding you on what you truly believe. You're a Christian-based organization, but we've had many different other faiths come through, from Islam to Wiccan to you name it. and then we get the necessary support so that we can ground in your faith so you can begin to love again and love yourself, love your faith, and then in turn love your family.
Dex, there may be some people listening right now and they're like, oh, I'd love to help, but they think they have to donate thousands and thousands of dollars to support. And even though that would be great, that's not the case. You've got some great partners like Gringos, which I love. They donate financially, and they actually have a special item on the menu. When you purchase, that money goes directly to PTSD Foundation, and they give a discount to veterans and when they're dining out with their families in the greater Houston area. You mentioned one of your other partners, Easter Seals, as well as Serve and Chart and Start, and we came out with Stay Tuned for Vets, and we did the flags along with them. So all of that bundled together, tell people what they can do to roll up their sleeves and help out.
If you truly want to help, we need your time, your treasure, or really your testimony. And what I mean by that, your time, if you want to volunteer to assist us, you can volunteer at some of our fundraising events. We end up having, with many of our partners, up to about 480 events. Because, as a nonprofit, you can only have 3, but we have several partners that assist us in the fundraising efforts. You can easily sign up for that by going to our website, sign up as a volunteer. You can come to Camp Hope on our day of service and come and assist us in whatever way you feel best. You can go from pulling weeds and painting buildings to helping us inventory our supply room, or even serve our guys so you can really get to know them. So that's your time. The treasure, you can donate. You can do small dollar donations through our website. You can get with your company as well as your organization to do a large dollar. Whatever fits you best, that would be great. We would love small dollar donation where you could give us $10 a month for a year. That would be fantastic because every dollar counts and every dollar goes to a veteran to make their life better. And then lastly, the testimony. We love for someone other than ourselves to go out and tell our story. Tell the community, tell your friends, family, tell your friends on social media, because at the end of the day, we're all a company. We all work for companies, but we all listen to individuals. So go tell our story to whomever would listen and say, there's an organization that truly cares about our veterans, that truly wants them to be better, and they're expanding their role. And this is the last piece I'll say, is that our outreach team is getting ready to expand to an outpatient. And what does that mean? When you go to Warrior Group, there's a great opportunity for you to get some telehealth when it comes to clinician. You can also get better peer-to-peer services and allow you to bridge that gap, because a lot of our veterans out there, and it's about 1.8 million veterans, possibly with PTSD, are right on the cusp of really dealing with some things. And when you come back and you go to work, just like you and I, it doesn't feel the same as being in the military. So you need somewhere where you can talk to someone. And then lastly, we want to add in our first responders. And the reason why we're adding our first responders, about over 30% of our first responders are veterans. So they still need that peer-to-peer conversation to talk about what they're seeing day to day out in our communities as firefighters, as police officers, as EMTs. But really what they want to do is help someone to share their story with and feel safe, that they don't have to worry about changing their duty status. So I thought I'd add all that in just to say that that's some of the things we're changing. That's how you can help, by giving your time, testimony, as well as your treasure, so that at the end of the day, we can reduce veteran suicides and reduce a lot of our veterans in the community that's really struggling when it comes to PTSD.
Sounds great, Dex. Thank you so much for today. And after the break, we're going to look at some fitness options for veterans.
Learning looks like this, and it also looks like...
I'm not just studying agriculture. I'm learning how to grow for the future.
I came back to grow my skills even after I graduated.
I'm not just studying AI, I'm designing solutions to make the world a better place for us all.
And if I can't make it in person, I take my classes online.
So, where do you start?
Welcome back to the Veteran's Voice. A healthy mind and a healthy body. It's a saying the military definitely takes to heart. Many veterans want to continue that mindset in their civilian life, and Combined Arms can help. Earl Lundy III is the gym manager for Combined Arms Fitness Center and is here with the details. Army strong. Whoa. Hey, let's crack the doors open the gym. Let's take people inside, tell them what's going on.
Oh man, a bunch of amazing things down there, right?
Okay.
So I'm ready.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, please,
Tell
I'm ready now.
Tell them about the program. Yeah, exactly. So tell them how they where Combined Arms is located, and tell them how to get in there. And let's talk about those classes.
So if you are a veteran here in the Houston area, we are there to offer you free access to a gym at 2929 McKinney Street, which is Combined Dorms headquarters. It's our, top of the line facility where we offer a bunch of free classes for you and your family. So we are from boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, CrossFit. We have a bunch of yoga classes. We just partner up with VA Health as well, so we could be able to add as much variety classes of different that would be suitable for you and your family.
Now I'm a little bit overweight. You gonna fat shame me when I come in there?
Not at all, man. We made a welcome environment for you and the family. We know sometimes when you go into these big box gyms, it could be very intimidating.
It really is.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that, with veterans, we bring back that camaraderie, that teamwork, and that community. So in every aspect of your life, you'll be able to come in there and work out and have a great environment when you come in as well.
And I love the gym because when I go to meetings down there, I definitely slide in. I bring my extra clothes to utilize the shower that you have on site there.
Yes.
And then one of the guys that motivated me beside yourself is a fellow veteran that got down there, Kevin Pinson.
Yes.
He started clanging and banging at like 5:30 in the morning. I was like, hold on. I'm not going to be there at the dark 30. But I do come in and get my good sweat on.
Yeah. So if you, like I said, if you come in there and just just meet and mingling with other veterans, that gym is there for us for us as well. And so Kevin, he do our early bird class at 5 a.m. But we have other veterans that have their certifications, so make sure that you're receiving that top notch service when you do come in from 3 on for personalized training. I do the boxing classes and the CrossFit classes.
Okay,
so please come on in there for that. But all our veterans, make sure that you have a great time when you come in here to get a great workout in, but also if you need some time just to pull, you know how it is when you in there with the other veterans, you could just talk about different things that y'all going through.
That's true.
That's what we're there for as well, to make sure that in every aspect of your life, man, from a financial standpoint, we're removing that burden. And so that's why we make that place where you can bring you and your family in there to get a great burnout.
We were just talking about finances with Easter seals, and sometimes the $20 or $120 a month that some of the gyms charge, that's a burden to working out. And I know you can do a modified workout at home, but it's something when you grab a battle buddy and you come out and you get outside the house, get outside yourself. And you set some goals, some financial and some fitness goals, and then so the outside fitness is part of it. What else do you guys teach while somebody's at the gym?
Well, it's just coming there, once again, it's just knowing how. A lot of times people don't know what to do when they come into the gym. So that's where our certified personal trainers will show them how to train properly. If you have injuries, don't let that push you away or think that could be overwhelming. We have modified exercises that you can participate in as well. We're going to meet you where you are when it comes to those classes and everything. So whenever you do come in there, once again, we'll start from A to Z and make sure that we can make sure that you feel comfortable and we're in your own skin when you come in there and feel like walk out that gym fully confident that you did your best and with all your abilities.
And I love the challenges that you and others put out there, the 30, 60, 90-day challenge, because at 30 days, you start to feel it. 60 days, you start to see it. And in 90 days, other people start to see it. And you know what? That's just a good hit of dopamine. And we all have a little bit of ego. And when somebody says, you look younger, you look more fit, or, hey, Earl, I'll see you've lost some weight, even though the scale is the worst place to get your fitness results from. But that helps you feel great, and it's just part about Living Colton comes over to say hi. Just to feel good. And then so we also talked in the green room about some of the things that are going outside the gym. You want to share a little bit of those as well, or is that we'll talk about that in another segment?
It's fine. When it comes to veterans, families matter. And like you said, with the financial support and everything like that, we have what are we doing for the kids,
right,
as well? So if you take care of the kids, I'm a veteran. If you take care of my kids and help me do that, that's another burden that can help me. It's another stress reliever as well. And so we partner with Impact Hero and Travis Mann Foundation, where in August we'll be doing a camp for our military kids, teaching them about character, personal development, and how to lead with those characters, and what does that look like for the family member. What is that going to look like for your kids as well? So we make sure we implement both of those strategies together to put them in some difficult situations, rock climbing, doing those different things like that. having a great time, and knowing how to work together as a team. Those components are not only important in the military, but showing that to our kids at the ages of between 13 to 16 is the age group that we're going with right now. It's important. It could be life changing for them. So we make sure that we incorporate that for our military kids as well. And this would be our third annual event for us called Camp Impact.
Ooh, I like that.
And so, and that's what we do, try to make an impact in these kids so it can have ripple effects throughout the rest of their life.
All right, can we get a car washing program in there too? I can bring out my vehicle.
Yes.
We have a competition on that. I laugh about that. That's one of the ways that I taught my daughters on how to work together to do something. And so I gave them the task and the time to wash the vehicle. Now Dad was there to help out and spraying with the hose.
Yeah.
But both Amber and Jacqueline, we had fun. There was fitness. We did a lot of fun.
Exactly.
And so I love the programs that put the phones down. Hey, Colton, put the phones down and get us focused to doing something active.
Yes.
Because too often times we see the kids that are obese. Now, sometimes there are mitigating factors that, there's a chemical imbalance or something. But usually it comes down to their eating habits and their activities.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what because eating is essential, right? What we put in our body is vital. And so that's why we have the mobile food pantries as well, where we're providing those food services that's for our veterans and their family. So we have 6 locations here in the Houston area. So if they're ever interested in that could be a big component to their mental health and their physical health as well. We say the 80-20 rule. Of course, we get into the gym, that's like 20%. What we put into our body is 80% of how it would affect from our mental health and to our mental health and the health we're dealing with our body. It's in everything. So physical fitness is important, but having that nutrition as a key factor is important as well.
I love that as Pareto's principle, that is in action. And so when somebody wants to take that first step, we got about 15 seconds. How do they sign up for your classes and how do they get into the gym, Earl?
Yeah, so please go to our website, www.combinedarms.us/gym. And you can see a list of all our classes available, and you can RSVP for those classes and then, show up for the class. When you come into our gym, scan that QR code and get started with your workout. And also we have our Facebook page if you want to know more about that. It's Combined Arms -Fitness, and you can definitely check us out from there as well.
Thank you. We're joined by Earl Lundy III from Combined Arms. And if you would like more information on any of the services and products that you've seen on the program today, visit our website at hccs.edu/Veterans Voice. And to listen to a podcast version of the show, hccs.edu/podcast. For everyone here at HCC TV, thank you for joining us on the Veterans Voice.